Both my kids are at a school that plays.
Oh,
So, yeah. Bubble House still private?
we are. Yeah.
We went public in 99.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah.
Well, we
Capital.
think it's, yeah.
Problem is we had 5,000 shareholders, so. Fun company. Good.
Yeah, Northwestern.
It's been
That was kind of good.
GPS that would take me about 30.
Not coming home, I'm just gonna go straight.
Basketball stadium. Nice arena.
I'll call this meeting to order on Monday, April 6, 2015. Very glad to have everyone here. I was going to say Ronnie Waddell, but Detective Ron Waddell, Smyrna Police Department, he's the police chaplain, is going to come forward at this time and give our invocation and also lead us in the pledge to the flag. So would everyone please rise?
Well, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Father God, thank you for having the opportunity to be free, to come here, to be able to gather here together and make firm, strong decisions. Lord, that it affects so many people. Lord, I ask that you give the council the patience and just the courage to make the right decision in tough times. Lord, we know times here lately in the city have been tough. We ask for peace, calm, and resolute issue to be able to really shine and show what the city of Smyrna is actually truly about. It's all these things we ask in Christ's name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks again, Max. Thank you.
Item 2, agenda changes. I do not think we have any agenda changes. We have some folks out on spring break and on vacation, and Councilman Welch, Councilman Bluestein, and Terry Nulowich there out of town. So I'm glad the other 4 council members are here, because if we had one of them out, we wouldn't be having a council meeting. So under the mayor's report, we have a proclamation in recognition of the American Red Cross Month. Is there someone here from the Red Cross? Okay. If you guys will step up to the podium, I'll get Councilmember Fennell to read that and present that to you.
I have a note. Will Mizell and Richard Peretz here. Is our Red Cross Disaster Action Team volunteer Joan Minot here? All right.
I think so.
Wanted to acknowledge and thank work being done there as well. It's my privilege to read this proclamation on behalf of the city. A proclamation by the mayor and city of Smyrna in recognition of American Red Cross Month, April 2015. Whereas the American Red Cross helps on average 1,300 disaster-stricken families each year in Metro Atlanta and provides 24-hour support to members of the military, veterans and their families, collects and distributes blood for patients in hospitals, and annually trains 25,000 of our neighbors in first aid, water safety, and other life safety skills, saving skills. And whereas the Red Cross heroes are on the front lines every day in our community, volunteering their time, giving blood, taking life-saving courses, and providing financial donations to those in need. And whereas the Red Cross is not a government agency and relies upon donations of time, money, and blood to do its work. And whereas April is the month dedicated to all those who join the Red Cross mission to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies. Now, therefore, I, Amax Bacon, Mayor of the City of Smyrna, Georgia, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of Smyrna and Georgia, do hereby proclaim April 15 as American Red Cross Month, and I encourage all citizens to support this organization and its humanitarian mission. In witness hereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Smyrna to be affixed on this 6th day of April in the year of our Lord 2015. Amax Bacon, Mayor. Happy to present this.
If you guys would like to say anything,
Oh, we do know that in Smyrna we've helped in the last years. We have responded to 16 fires and helped 47 folks who were in distress, and certainly we'll continue to do that 24/7, 365.
thank y'all very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the work you do.
Yes.
Give blood and give money. These folks need your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all can keep the folder too. It's red. So thank y'all very much. Nothing else under the mayoral report. However, I do want to read a statement concerning the tragedy that happened March the 25th. Most people, I'm sure, know a little bit about what happened, but I just want to just say this. During the last month, I've had just some tremendous luck, I guess, meeting some new folks that I had not known before, and they're a very diverse group and great people. And unfortunately, this tragedy happened, which actually gave me a little clearer understanding, I think, about how things. I may not see them the same way that everybody else sees them, but I just want to read this. The city of Smyrna is known as a diverse, vibrant, peaceful, and welcoming community. Sadly, the law enforcement incident that took place on March 25th involved the use of deadly force and resulted in the death of 24-year-old Nicholas Taft Thomas. Such a tragic event is not commonplace in Smyrna and is truly regrettable. Our city is united in expressing our condolences to the parents, the wife, the family of Mr. Thomas. The untimely loss of a son, a husband, and a father for any reason merits our compassionate and heartfelt sympathy. Our city police officers also deserve our respect. The very nature of law enforcement is dangerous and uncertain. Our officers work around the clock to ensure our safety and place themselves at risk daily to protect our community. The legal and investigative process that must occur whenever deadly force is used in law enforcement is thorough and professional. I can assure you that the details of this event are undergoing the highest degree of investigation by the Cobb County Police Department, the Cobb County District Attorney's Office, and the Georgia GBI. In addition, the Smyrna Police Department has engaged an independent investigator to carefully examine all the facts of this case. Everyone touching this case is committed to an open and transparent investigation. We must understand how this tragedy occurred and take steps necessary to prevent anything similar from happening again in our city. I thank all the Smyrna residents for their understanding and patience as this investigation moves forward. I will say this, that it's ironic that 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, we sort of unveiled the vision plan that we've been working on for such a long time. And one of the main things that we talked about was diversity and how we can engage other ethnic backgrounds to become more involved in the city. I know that I'm committed to that. The vision process is going to work, and we look forward for that coming to fruition. So, but last couple of weeks have been tough, I know, for everybody. We're not a Ferguson. We're a Smyrna, Georgia, and we are a melting pot for a number of different folks that come here, and we welcome everyone. So we'll go on from there. Item 4 is land issue zonings and annexation. We don't have anything. Item 5 is privilege licenses. A 2015-100. Public hearing, privilege license request 2015 beer wine package at 4924 South Cobb Drive. STEI&J SSB Investment LLC. DBA One Love Smoke and Package Store with Prius B. Pomain as owner and Vanessa Mack as agent. Is the applicant here? Okay. With the background, please.
Yes, Vanessa Mack will be the registered agent responsible for the sale of alcohol at the reference location. She has been given a copy of the alcoholic beverage ordinance and attended the mandatory alcohol awareness workshop, and staff is recommending approval.
The applicant step forward. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here that's in opposition to or that would like to give any public comment concerning this? Let the record show there is no opposition. This is in Mr. Fennell's district. Mr. Ron Fennell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Pomal, you are aware of the careful nature with which we issue this alcohol permit to anyone serving in our community, of course.
Yes.
And this is not your first opportunity to own an alcohol license, or is it?
No. I had a package store before in Alabama.
In Alabama?
Yes.
We'll forgive you but thanks for escaping and arriving here in Smyrna. We appreciate your investment in Smyrna. We take very seriously, our police department does. We do spot checks so that there are no underage service violations. You're aware that your license can be suspended if that should be the result of an undercover investigation.
Yes, sir.
And you're committed to training and making sure all staff who handles alcohol service and sales will be properly trained.
Yes. We already have a point of sale system in place and everything.
Okay.
So everybody's going to be checking IDs before we make any sale.
Very good. Do my colleagues have questions?
Ms. Pritchett way down there, just like she's off by herself. Okay. Mr. Phil.
Okay. Ms. Mack, have you served alcohol before?
No.
Have you sold alcohol through a convenience store at any location ever?
No, sir.
Okay. You fully understand the process through the training, and you feel comfortable you're fully up to speed with the process now?
Yes, sir.
And you're aware of the violation consequences?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you for your investment in Smyrna, and thank you for your hard work. I know how difficult it is to be there hours on end. My brother ran convenience stores for 20 years. It's not an easy business. We thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. Do we make a motion now? Yeah. All right. Mr. Mayor, I move that the council approve 2015-100, which is the privilege license request 20-15 beer and wine package at 4924 South Cobb Drive, STEI&J SSB Investments LLC, DBA One Love Smoke and Package Store with Priyesh M. Pomal as owner and Vanessa Mack as agent.
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. Mm-hmm. Got one more somewhere. Is that it? Okay, I'm sorry. I keep thinking it's 5, but this it's approved 4-0. Item B under privilege license is 2015-105 public hearing privilege license request 2015-105 beer and wine pouring 4340 East West Connector ST 200 CMR Concept LLC DBA, Uncle Mario's Pizza Joint with Michael J. Dickey as agent. Is the applicant here? Okay. The background, please, Miss Tony, Joe. Out.
Michael J. Dickey will be the registered agent responsible for the sale of the alcohol at this location. He has been given a copy of the alcoholic beverage ordinance and attended the mandatory alcohol awareness workshop, and staff is recommending approval.
You are?
Michael J. Dickey.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Is anyone here that's in opposition to or that would like to make any public comment concerning this request for beer and wine pouring at the East West Connector? Let the record show there is none. This is in Mr. Lineker's district. Mr. Lineker.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Dickey, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us how you came to be the proprietor of this soon-to-be newly opened establishment and what your plans are.
I've been in the restaurant business for roughly 25 years with Darden Restaurants. Ran a facility in Ackworth, which was a Longhorn Steakhouse, for 15 years. So I've been in the industry for quite some time. Me and my wife had just decided that it was time for us to do a business on our own, so we chose Smyrna as our location and decided this was the best place for us to start a business.
Okay. Some of the same previous questions. You've had the training required by the city ordinance?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand all the city ordinances and
Yes,
state
sir.
laws?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about any of them?
No, I do not.
And if you've run a Longhorns, then I think you understand the seriousness with which, local governments view the license holders for alcoholic beverage pouring or package. And
Yes, I do, sir.
that the responsibility falls on you to make sure that everyone is trained and follows all the rules and,
Yes, sir. I
and
do.
all the laws.
Yes, sir.
When do you plan to open your new restaurant?
We are looking for the first week in June. We're about in the build-out phase, starting hopefully this week, and then hopefully opening first week in June.
First week in June. That'd be great. Tell us about Uncle Mario's. What days is it open? What hours?
Monday through Sunday. Our hours are going to be 11 to 10. It's fast casual, kind of our artisan style build-your-own pizza restaurant. There's probably 10 or 11 in the metro Atlanta area now. I think it's one of the faster growing fast casual pizza concepts currently right now in the country.
Super. I think you've got a great location. I think we're all excited,
really excited about
the
it.
build out happening on that corner
Yes.
with Sprouts Grocery and the existing businesses, and now yours coming along.
We're really excited about the opportunity to be in Smyrna.
We appreciate your willingness to invest in our community, and certainly I wish you all the luck in the world.
I appreciate it.
Any members of council have further questions? Ms. Wilkinson.
I'd just like to say my daughters love Uncle Mario's. They love going to there, so they're very excited about this coming to Smyrna, and thank you.
I thank you, and I appreciate that.
Mr. Dickey, this is just outside my district, and I'm looking forward to patronizing it, even though it is in the neighboring district. And a lot of my neighbors will in the Vinings Estates community in that area. Are you taking reservations? Because I want to be there the first week.
We'll make sure that everyone here is gets
Welcome to Smyrna. We're glad you're investing. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and as I said, we wish you lots of luck and, expect you and want you to follow all the rules and
Absolutely.
be very successful in your business and do well and take good care of, our Smyrna family, our Smyrna residents.
We're excited to be a part of the Smyrna community, and we're really want to make sure that we're entrenched in the community and really help be a business partner within the community of Smyrna as well.
And you led exactly to where I was headed with that. Yes, I want you to do more than just own and operate
Absolutely.
your business. I want you to be a part of our community, become a part of it, get involved with our civic groups or school support groups or, in various ways that you think you can contribute and help our community grow and be better. We'd love to have your ideas and support and membership in the Smyrna Business Association or whatever group like that is appropriate.
We plan to be involved in all those aspects, and we really plan on really diving in and really being a business partner with schools and community involvement in any facet that we can, and making sure that we want the community to know that we want to give back, and we want to make sure that they know that we want to be a place that just doesn't want to take from the community, but really wants to help and make Smyrna the best place it can be.
Super, thank you. Any further questions? If not, I'm going to move that on item 5B, item number 2015-105, that we approve the privilege license request number 2015-105 for beer and wine pouring at 4340 East-West Connector, Suite 200 for CMR Concepts, LLC, DBA Uncle Mattio's Pizza Joint with Michael J. Dickey as agent.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. You got all you could get. That's 4 votes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Item C, 2015-106. It's a public hearing privilege license request 2015-106. Wine pouring at 1260 West Spring Road, STE B, LaConda Forenza, LLC, doing business as LaConda Forenza, and Rochelle Wilson as agent, is the applicant here. I figured that was who you were. The background, please. You can come forward.
Yes, Ms. Wilson will be the registered agent responsible for the sale of alcohol at this location, and she has been given a copy of the alcoholic beverage ordinance and attended the mandatory alcohol awareness workshop, and staff is recommending approval.
The reason why I said this is because I know everybody else is in here. So.
Oh, okay.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here in opposition to or that would like to make any public comment concerning this privilege license request? Let the record show there is none. This is under Ms. Nulowich's ward. We'll ask Ms. Melanie Pritchett to take care of that for us. Ms. Pritchett.
Could I just make one correction? It's Forense with an E, not an A.
What now?
It's Forense with an E.
Forenza.
Oh, we have to redo the whole application now. Yeah,
I just didn't know if you were going to write it out.
Yeah, no, we'll make that correction.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I know Terry has met with you. She's on vacation. So I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions. I know this is to approve a license, but I understand that you still have some things to do before you can actually open. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
I'm in the process of the build out right now.
In the process of what? I'm sorry.
The build out, the renovations right now.
Okay.
So I'm about 2 weeks out.
All right. So this tonight, we're just giving you the approval for the license, but you have to complete all
Correct.
the other requirements before you understand that, right?
Correct. Yes.
Have you ever what the business is an
Italian cafe
Italian cafe?
and wine bar. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So will you be preparing food on site?
Sandwiches, cold, no hot food.
Okay. But you'll be preparing them
Yes,
on
ma'am.
site there in the facility.
Yes.
And this is downtown Market Village where the bridal shop used to be?
Correct.
That's the location of it? Great. So you've attended the school,
I have.
mandatory schooling, and you understand what we do about sending stings in every so often?
Yes, ma'am.
And how serious we are about not serving underage drinking?
Yes, ma'am.
That's very important to us. And I'm sure it is to you because you
Yes.
want to keep your business going. Do you have any questions of us?
I do not.
Okay. Does council have any questions? Okay. If not, I will make a motion that we grant a privilege license. Well, make a motion for the privilege license request at 2015-106 for wine pouring at 1260 West Spring Road, Suite B, LaConda Forenza, LLC, doing business as LaConda Forenza with Rochelle Wilson as agent.
Second.
A motion is second to approve this privilege license request. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote.
Thank you.
We got one more. That's approved 4-0. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And thank you for correcting whoever made that error. Item number 6 is formal business. A is RES 2015-01, adoption of Resolution 2015-01 approving the Dobbins Air Reserve Base Joint Land Use Study. The background, Ms. Howard.
Yes, over the last year, representatives from the City of Smyrna, Cobb County, and Marietta have participated in a land use study coordinated by Dobbins Air Reserve Base. The goal of the study was to identify specific compatibility issues between the base and surrounding municipalities, as well as to develop an implementation strategy for preventing and mitigating encroachment. A final draft of the study has been completed and is ready for adoption.
I know that Ken Sudworth is here, and we got some guests from Cobb County and some other locations, and Ken's going to just give us a dynamite presentation, as he always does.
Except tonight, Mayor, I'm not going to give you a PowerPoint presentation. I'm just going to walk you through this, and you can hold your comments till later. You've seen the presentation multiple times. Dana Johnson and a member of his staff, Kieran, they are here and they can comment. But this is the actual document. We've been through this multiple times. And as we went through on our last work session, Smyrna is actually on the edge of the control areas around Dobbins, to the point that the recommendations in this document really deal with noise and light on that. And again, even though there's a resolution to adopt this document, within this document it clearly states that these are recommendations. And that's an important part. I think Dana came and made that point as well during one of our work sessions as well. This has been almost a year process from start to finish. I, as you know, was on one of the committees. The mayor and Melanie were on another committee that oversaw the development of this. You know, the acronym is called JLUSE, but it stands for Joint Land Use Study. Joint being the key word between really four entities. Cobb County took the lead on this. They got the grant. They've paid for all of this. We have participated. But the city of Marietta, as well as Dobbins, have been involved in putting this document together. The county did adopt this document, and so now it's sort of our turn for this. I'm happy to answer any specific questions about it, but again, you've seen the matrices, you've seen the spreadsheets, and you've seen the presentation in PowerPoint fashion. But we are ready to move forward. And from a personal note, it's been a pleasure to work with Dana and his team, as well as the Matrix group that Cobb had hired. And I think we have a good product, not only from the Smyrna standpoint, but also from the region standpoint as well. I would like Dana just to say a few words, if you don't mind, coming up, Dana.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Dana Johnson with Cobb County and
Kieran Baugh.
And I just wanted to say thank you to you and the rest of the council people and your wonderful staff at the city for helping us out and kind of going through this as a partnership. It was a partnership from the beginning, from selecting the consultant, which Ken set on our advisory panel, all the way through tonight, where we're hoping that you give us a unanimous vote for approval of this. So I just wanted to say thank you. I think it's an important venture of making sure we're doing what we can to keep Dobbins here in Cobb County and the economic benefits that come along with that.
Here, you going to say anything? You're good with what he said?
Yes, I agree, Ken, and I've worked with both yourself and Millie, and it was a good coordinating venture. Right. As usual, we work with annexations and other things. Right. However, this was really great for just the.
I think our staff works better together than the elected officials. So that's it's good. Y'all did a good job.
Yes, thank you.
This is normally would be Andrew Bluestein, who's not here, so I'll let Melanie Pritchett to please Make the motion to approve this resolution.
Okay. Ken, thank you very much for everything you've done. Dana, thank y'all too, you and your staff. The two things I don't think you mentioned, or if you did, I didn't hear it. The two main things that we're concerned with, and not overly concerned with, was the noise and the lighting. Ken, was that correct? Would you want to address that just a minute?
Yes, that is correct. It's an issue of there's noise that is generated from Dobbins, and even though it may seem obvious to us here, there are people who move into the area and locate and may not necessarily realize how intense the traffic and the work issue is at Dobbins. And so we will put that reference into our ordinances, and you'll see some amendments come through at a later date for us to address it, as well as the light issue. Obviously, glare. We have both noise and light ordinances on the books today. On this is more sort of a fine tweaking, tuning kind of issue for us, as well as maybe to put them in some other publications so they're a little easier to get to.
Okay.
On that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And once again, I think you mentioned that Mayor Bacon and I were on the advisory committee, and then you were on the technical committee. And the advisory committee didn't do all the work. The technical committee really did all the work. We kind of looked at it from a political standpoint. So that was a great team effort. And I'd like to make a motion that we adopt Resolution 2015-01, approving the Dobbins Air Reserve Base Joint Land Use Study.
Second.
Motion second to approve the adoption of this resolution. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. It's approved 4-0, unanimous. Thank y'all very much. Item 6B under formal business, 2015-114, approval of the reappointment of the Downtown Development Authority DDA members for the 2015-16. The term is to begin April 2015 for the following members: Kevin Draw, Jim Delmer, Kimberly Gangemi, Jason Saliba, Doug Stoner, Larry Freeman, Max Bacon serving as chairman of DDA. The term will expire April 2016. This includes, this is 6 of the members. Previous, Eric Cash has served on DDA for a number of years. He has got business commitments, and he has asked not to be reappointed. So we'll have one more appointment. If I can get a motion to approve these reappointments to the DDA, that would be great for the...
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. That is approved. One more.
Well, I'm hitting it, but it's not taking it, and I'm voting yes.
That's
It
approved
did now.
4-0.
Okay,
Thank
took
you.
it.
Item 7 is commercial building permits. We have none. Item 8 is consent agenda. Ms. Howard, will you please read the consent agenda for council's approval?
Yes, we have item 2015-111, approval of the March 16, 2015 Mayor and Council meeting minutes. Item 2015-98, bid award to Aquatic Consulting and Equipment, Inc. for the RFP 15-024 for Wolf Center Pool Sand Filter Replacement. This is Parks Improvement SPLOST funded project for the amount of $22,175. Item 2015-118, approval of the program year 2015 proposed community development block grant projects. Item 2015-113, award RFP 15-015, Chuck Camp Park Fire Suppression System to the lowest bidder, Roberts Fire Protection, as part of the 2014 CDBG Fund project in the amount of $13,368, and authorize the mayor to execute any related documents. Item 2015-82, award bid RFP 15-026, carpet replacement for the Smyrna Public Library to the Floor Store Georgia, Inc. in the amount of $74,900. Item 2015-109, approval to allow the Smyrna Optimist Club and Smyrna Public Safety Foundation to hold a 5K road race September 7th, 2015 from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. to benefit community projects of the Smyrna Optimist and Smyrna Public Safety Foundation.
Do you hear a motion we approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. That's approved 4-0. Item 9 is committee reports. We'll start tonight with Mr. Ron Fennell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Fire Department just completed the Ready campaign. It's an ongoing effort to make sure that we're focused on preparatory efforts, both in city with city staff, but also encourage public participation. You can go to readygeorgia.gov to see what the state does, and readysmyrna.gov to look at our detailed efforts on that and see how you may get involved within our community. With the police department, I want to thank our law enforcement officials. It's been a challenging few days. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families as well, both of the victim and of the officer who were involved in an incident that should never have happened. We make choices in our life that are sometimes longer lasting than others, and I think it's very unfortunate we had a situation here. We like to resolve amicably all disputes and differences. I hope that we as citizens understand the dangerous job that our public safety officials undergo and what they encounter on a daily basis. And I would look to all of you to just join me in thanking those public safety officers when you greet them in the community, and thank them for what they do 24/7, 365. Let's hope we can make sure that everybody knows how welcoming a community Smyrna is and how great it is to live, work, and play here and visit. And we want to continue that tradition and that vision that we're all participating in to make it a better place. With that, Mr. Mayor, I have one other item. I want to thank the Keep Smyrna Beautiful for their annual meeting. On behalf of my neighborhood, Vinings Estates, we were recognized for our Adopt a Mile program, as were many other communities and sponsors who participate to help keep our community looking its best. And those of you who volunteer, those community groups and those organizations and neighborhoods who do so, I applaud you, and I thank the team at Keep Smyrna Beautiful for making ours one of the best programs in the country. With that, Mr. Mayor, I yield.
Mr. Wade Lineker.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a brief remark to thank the Cedar Cliffs Neighborhood Association for allowing me to host their meeting on March 18th here at City Hall. It's good to see those folks again. I've got other meetings scheduled and coming up. Hope everyone had a great Easter or Passover holiday, and I wish you all the best. With that, I yield.
Ms. Susan Wilkinson.
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, with the committee reports, I have none. I know our library director is out with her children on spring break, and there are no reports either from the Parks Department. But I wanted to thank the citizens that came out for the public information meeting from all the Belmont Circle communities. That includes people from 2 apartment complexes and 3 different neighborhoods of single-family homes in the area, and also business owners as well. They came to the public information meeting that I had this past Thursday about the removal of the traffic signal at Belmont Circle and Windy Hill Road, and also the addition of an island there, which will either allow a right in and a right out only, or possibly a turn lane where you can turn from Windy Hill onto Belmont Circle. I wanted to thank everyone for coming out, because about 40 minutes before the meeting time, it started pouring down rain, and poured probably for the first part of the meeting. And so it was very messy that night. So I want to thank them for coming out and sharing their comments and concerns. And I want to let them know that that I have heard their concerns, and I will continue to work with the city staff and engineers to make sure their concerns are addressed. Thank you so much. With that, I yield.
And last but not least, Ms. Melanie Pritchett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's kind of lonely over here tonight, but I'll make it. First of all, the mayor mentioned the fact that we had our vision meeting a week ago this past Tuesday. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. This council chambers was totally full. There was not a seat left on any of the benches. We had to bring some chairs in. It was standing room only. And I'm so thrilled that we had about 170 people. This room will hold about 162. And then we brought chairs in, and there were some people standing up against the wall. The energy was absolutely happy, joyous. Everybody was excited about doing things for Smyrna. This is a citizen-driven vision. This is what our citizens want us to do. This is not public officials who like to control everything and not let the citizens say anything because we think we're doing everything perfect. Well, we're not. So the mayor is very supportive of that. He's appointed me as the chair of the Vision Committee, and we got this group together, and we were just absolutely fantastic. The great part is 100 people signed up for the 5 work groups that were there that had not signed up previously. So about the other 70 to 80 people were going to think about it, either decide they couldn't participate but would give us information from time to time if they had ideas, or people who did want to participate. I know there were several people that came just to hear what we were talking about, and I was excited and thrilled about that. People had questions to ask after the meeting. So it was very successful. This is a successful program. It will continue to be successful because our citizens are engaged and they're driving the show. So it was just a fantastic evening that we had. The other thing I'd like to say, too, is that Mr. Fennell alluded to this, was Keep Smyrna Beautiful Banquet. I think they have, I don't even know, Ron, how many people do we have that does the Adopt a Mile, 100 and something different groups? And the Keep Smyrna Beautiful board wins all these national awards and local awards, and they just work very hard all the time and make us proud and keep our city really nice. And I have a mile on on Spring Road, starting at Cobb Parkway, going down to Campbell Road. I have the north side. So I do that 4 times a year, and I'm grateful to do it. And I have a few friends that help me. Sometimes I'm out there by myself and wearing one of those yellow vests, and somebody said, "Are you one of those prison workers out there having to do community service?" But anyway, they knew different, but they were teasing me about it. But I feel honored to help keep my city clean. And with that, I yield, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Tony Jo Howard, anything?
No, sir.
Scott Cochran, anything? Terry Graham, our city clerk. Okay. We do not have a show cause hearing, and we've got one person signed up for citizens input. Alec Backery, 3459 Shawnee Trail. Comments?
Tonight I'd like to do a summation. The Smyrna Commons, no one knew about, bought for $8,195,000. The bottom line is we lost $3,146,000 on that. That's money lost of taxpayer money. Secondly, the Hickory Lakes was bought for $9.5 million, $2 million in capital interest, $5 million for demolition, and $7 million for paving and grading, and $300,000 for issuance costs. The developer only put down $8 million so far, to my understanding. So that leaves us approximately $16 million that is still owed on that property. I don't see how anyone is going to expect us in our lifetimes to get this money back, and how long it's going to be. But I'm very concerned about that. Thirdly, we bought that house outside Smyrna for $150,000 10 years ago, and we had to have maintenance around it. Finally had to knock it down, so that's a loss. Fourth, 2 1/3 acres in Jonquil Plaza bought by the city that no one knew about, no citizens input. One for $590,000, the other for $630,000. I still can't get an explanation of why it was done. The best one given to me was so you can control what goes in there. Well, you have, as a council, the power to veto anything or approve anything that goes in there. I don't know why for 2 1/3 acres that you can't put anything on was put down in there. To this day, I still have questions on that one. And fifth, this house on Atlanta Road. There is outrage in this city. No one seems to be addressing that. They cannot understand, and Channel 2 did 2 series on it, how you could pay 3 times the appraisal rate. The appraisal rate was, I believe, $462,000, and you bought it for $1.8 million. The statements of why you bought it for outdoor festivities. Again, Bronner has 50 times the space for any outdoor activities, let alone parking. Where are the people going to park if you have something over there? The place, again, needs roofing, painting. Now with that, you need handicap parking and restrooms. And what if one of the neighbors wants the same deal for 3 times the rate? Are we going to buy that for $1.8 million too? It's got to stop. Government cannot be in real estate and private enterprise. And I applaud the 2 people that voted against it. You weren't here, Mayor, and the pro tem was here. I was hoping she'd veto it. She didn't. And I hope the 3 people that voted for it resign due to this decision. I find this and many other people outrageous waste of taxpayer money. Thank you.
So the last person signed up for citizens' input. If there's no other business to be brought before this body, I declare this meeting adjourned at about 8:13.